the falling won't fall from your roof. What do you mean the falling won't fall? So the guy won't fall from your roof. He said, no. This guy is supposed to fall from a roof. Build a rail so it won't be on your head. He needs to fall. We decided this guy falls from a roof. Now the question is he going to fall from your roof or not? God decided my window will get broken. That's it. Now it can break because some idiot passes by and he decided I'm going to break this window. Or if God decided and this guy decided, you know what, I don't want to break a window, then God will make sure the window breaks otherwise. Some kid will play and it will break, nobody will notice, some bird will run into it, I don't know. But what needs to happen to me will happen. So if my window broke, as far as I'm concerned, what difference does it make for me if some rock fell from the 5th floor, or some kid kicked a ball, or some guy came and intentionally broke it?
You can sue someone.
I'm sorry?
You can sue someone.
Oh, the only difference is that if somebody did it intentionally, God allowed me to get financial compensation for him. I'm not allowed to yell at him. I can only demand financial retribution. We see the idea where free choice, where's my window free choice? People feel the free choice, I can do anything I want. No, you can't. Your window of free choice is extremely limited. If you could do anything you want, you'll already be married with a lot of money and a few kids, right? So we cannot do everything we want. Out of our limited options, we feel that we have a certain amount of free choice.
Right, I'm not saying a person can do anything they want.
Then,
They're given specific choices in life, and they have variables from which they can choose. Obviously, because otherwise God wouldn't judge you by your choices of the year at the
Beautiful.
school,
Beautiful.
or at the end of the week.
Nachon.
So obviously we do have free choice, because then what is he judging us based on? What he has caused us to do.
Excellent. So how do we get, one second, I just want to, how do we get sachar, how do we get praise for, reward for our decisions and punished for the wrong ones? We decide between wanting to do good and wanting to do bad. If I wanted to do good, but God didn't want this good to happen now, I'll still get credit for it. Did you know that, by the way?
Only for good, though, not for bad.
Only for good. For example, my brother is moving tomorrow. I told him, Bli Neder, I'm coming to help you. Which, by the way, is true. He's moving tomorrow. And Bli Neder, I'm supposed to go help him. So I did my hishtadlut. I'm doing my best to try and do it. I blocked the time in the calendar, so I won't book any appointments at that time. I prepared myself, to pack my things and leave early in the morning to go help him. Now, let's say something happened and I don't get to go help him. Up there, if that thing happens not because of my fault, it was forced upon me, then up there it's written, Paz helped his brother move. Even though I didn't, I sat at home. But I did whatever I could to help him move. Good. Negative things, God is kind to us. Remember, favorite children? If you decide to do a negative thing, but God decides this negative thing not to happen, and you weren't able to execute it, it doesn't get written on your behalf. The negative thought does, but you don't get marked for taking a negative action, even though you were not responsible for it not happening. In other words, if I throw a rock trying to break somebody's window and a bird passes by and this window does not break, I do not get written for Paz broke somebody's window.
No, but you killed a bird.
Yeah, but I had no intention of killing that bird, so I'm good. Okay? We see the idea? So, before any action, we are responsible for doing our best to make the right decision. And for that you get rewarded. After anything that happens, whomever did it, that's God's will. So how can I be sad? How can I be upset? What's more that we learn that God a lot of times is like a great collection agency.
Yeah.
He has to collect, but he will come to your home and take all the junk that you don't really want anyway, rather than the really good stuff. Okay? So if my kids wash my telephone, it's so he doesn't have to take something more valuable to me. Like chas v'shalom, their health, chas v'shalom, my health. So I'm really happy about it. He always knows what's best for me. So can anything happen to me that's not for my best? You should be happy, you should be dancing. You lose a tooth, be happy you didn't lose an eye. We see the idea? Because whatever he does is for our benefit. So how could you be unhappy? And you still have free choice, but you choose between good and bad. You don't choose the final result. You don't get choice over the final result. Whether you'll get a job or you won't get the job, you don't get to choose. Okay? You choose the intention and you're trying to make the intention work. You prepare yourself, you leave the home early, you put together a nice resume, you talked as nicely as you could, you were respectful. Get the job or don't get the job is God's will. What's the difference then? If one way or another I'm not supposed to get the job, then I might sit as well at home and I won't get the job. The difference is at the end of the month, when you're in debt, God will not come to you and say, hey, why are you in debt? He said, look, I did my best. He says, okay, true, you did your best, you're good.
But if you sit at home, you didn't do
Yeah,
your
but
best.
If you sat at home and you didn't do your best, now you're responsible.
Because you just said that you sat at home and you did your best. Is that
sorry.
even possible?
My apologies, I skipped words. 2.5
but you
hours.
say that even if you go to 20 meetings to get a job, you stand that. So, I mean, it's nice to say, yeah, okay, you did a good job.
What's your name again?
Alex Cohen.
Alex Cohen, that's right, my Cohen. Okay, our Cohen here brings up a great point. He's asking indirectly, what's the amount of ishtadlut that I can say that I did and I'm good now? Every element has its level of ishtadlut. You should consult a rabbi that knows you, because ishtadlut changes between one person and another. Say there? So your ishtadlut to get a job and your ishtadlut to get a job are different. So you should know what is your ishtadlut to get a job. So you should go to somebody who knows you, and if he doesn't know you, get him to know you. Once he knows you, he can then tell you your level of ishtadlut to get a job is to do this, this and that. I heard of two people, both of them went to the same rabbi. One of them, his level of ishtadlut to bring money was to work no more than 6 hours a day. He told him, you work even an hour more, you're just working for nothing. You're not going to get any more than you're supposed to get. You finished your ishtadlut in 6 hours. The other works 12 hours a day, 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And that's his ishtadlut.